Really? You gotta be kidding me.
Okay.
Yes.
So we talked last week on the YAA channel and here on the Ray and Zach channel, and it's been the news story everywhere. Ford Model E, what we're perceiving to be the push towards selling directly to consumer, even though Jim Farley has said we're relying heavily on our dealer partners. I can see right through that personally. Here's what we've got going on.
Thank God you can.
I don't think you have to be that smart to see right through it. Here's what we've got going on.
Yeah.
Different state legislations protect the existing franchise dealer relationship.
Yes.
And in some states, we're weakening those legislations with carve-out laws. And in other states, we're hardening them. West Virginia car dealers negotiating changes to state franchise law. The West Virginia Automobile Dealers Association, also known as WVDA.
There you have it.
Wants some rules governing over-the-air updates. We talked about that a little while back. Dealers are concerned.
They did change. Bless their hearts. They did change the language so that it would not be illegal to do an over-the-air update from the manufacturer directly to the vehicle.
Let's hit on this next piece as well.
Yeah.
Dealers are concerned automakers may accept orders for new vehicles directly. So there's been West Virginia's House of Delegates last week unanimously passed the bipartisan bill known as HB 4560, which is spearheaded by the local Dealers Association. The Dealer Association and automakers represented by the Alliance for Automotive Innovation are still negotiating the bill's language, which is likely to change as it advances in the legislature. An earlier version of the bill would have banned automakers from performing some over-the-air updates and potentially block them from bypassing their dealers. And like you said, that piece of it has changed. A second provision would require automakers to provide dealers with a written disclosure that can be given to potential vehicle buyers or lessors, outlining which accessories or functions of the vehicle may be upgraded or maintained by the automaker through over-the-air updates or other remote means, and any costs to the consumer.
Yeah, they decided that it wouldn't be fair to inconvenience the customer to make them take it to the dealership for an over-the-air update.
And then we've got here in West Virginia, vehicle reservations by automakers remain a source of tension and concern for the state's Dealers Association.
Of course.
Quote, "We do not like the reservation system. We think that that's the camel's nose under the tent." I think we have some major issues with that. We are okay if a consumer wants to reserve a car. We don't find it too burdensome to have to make that reservation with the local dealer. So this is what you've got now. Over there updates, we had really some interesting proposed legislation, got a little bit of pushback. Now West Virginia is trying to ban the actual sale of vehicles directly to consumer, harden the reality that you can't do that.
And they don't want the manufacturer to determine through their reservation system as to which dealer is going to get the car.
Yep.
Now, I know the way Ford does it is as the consumer, you get to request which dealership, if and when your car ever gets built, which dealership it gets delivered to so you can go pick it up. I don't know. Sometimes I think we look at some of these things and we make them way more complicated than they really are. If for instance, the manufacturers in West Virginia, well, the manufacturers aren't really interested in selling directly. And if you're looking at even a Ford ICE vehicle, they're not. Okay. And even on the electric vehicle at this point, they're not. Ford is willing to take the reservation and allow you to decide what dealer you want it delivered to. And I think that's going to be the case just about anywhere. If you go to the manufacturer's site and place a reservation, you know, it's a reservation. It's not a guarantee.
EV maker Rivian faces output cost crunch and earnings report. The scarcity of Rivian vehicles nearly 6 months after launch is one of several issues the automaker is likely to address in its earnings report. And also the fact that they now have most of their customers up in arms, canceling orders, saying disparaging things.
But they did say if you decide you want to reinstitute or reinstate that order, we will allow you to do so at the old price.
It's pretty incredible. They delivered 20 vehicles last year.
How many of those were to their own employees? Because wasn't that part of the deal if you were an employee?
$36 billion company.
How much?
36 with a B billion.
Yeah. What was it before it kind of crashed?
It's down 68%.
Okay.
So they'd been a $120 billion company. Right. And they've delivered 960 vehicles. And now we're getting headlines like this. Cost crunch.
Yeah.
Output issues.
Yeah.
It's like who needs to read the tea leaves? Like, obviously they're going to struggle. I still can't get over the move that they did with the orders. That's ridiculous.
Well, I said it then and I'll say it again. Nobody at this point expects them to be profitable.
No, that's
okay. They are the Amazon of electric trucks, in the sense that Amazon didn't become profitable for probably like a decade. One of the things you do as a young company like Rivian, where you have investors that are probably saying that we don't really expect you to be making any money right now. You don't piss off the customers that want to buy cars from you.
Yep.
You just bite the bullet. So you don't say to these customers, hey, we know you gave us a reservation.
Yep.
But that reservation, that didn't guarantee the price that we quoted you at the time. That's subject to change. Well, the people have been waiting 2 years. They don't want to hear that. You can't put a price on goodwill, or in this case, apparently you can.
Actually, you can put that on your balance sheet.
Of course you can.
So you can't put a price on it.
When dealerships get sold,
yeah, Blue Sky.
It's called Blue Sky. It's the goodwill. It's their reputation in the market. That's what you're paying for. And so if you're a young company or a young business, you don't destroy whatever goodwill you've developed.
Now let's switch gears here. We've got the headline. This comes by way of The Drive. BMW recalls almost 1 million cars over fire risk. This is disappointing to read. And this, to be clear, the reason I'm putting this in, really, you got to be kidding me, is because 1 million cars, fire risk, and it's not an over-the-air update. This is a perfect example of the pros and cons of moving towards more software-driven vehicles versus mechanical vehicles, for lack of a better term. Affected vehicles include the 128i models, 3 Series, 5 Series, as well as the X3 and X5, and even Z4s. From 2006 to 2013, as well as another issue in 2017 and 2019.
But do you know what the really, you got to be kidding me, part of this is?
What's that?
Is that a large number of the vehicles in that 917,000, they've been recalled already for this.
Yeah, there was a prior recall.
This is a recall for a lot of people, because apparently the first fix wasn't the fix. That's your really, you got to be kidding me.
We've got David saying, so gas-powered cars catch on fire too. David, you just teed me up perfectly.
Oh my God.
Perfectly, because we did some research on this. I'm going to Google search it real quick. Car fires, YAA. It's actually hybrid vehicles that are most likely to catch on fire. You can see it right here. Hybrid far surpasses gas and electric vehicles in terms of number of fires per vehicle sold. And Justin in the article, thank you for this, Justin, gets into why hybrid vehicles are more likely to catch on fire. I actually just got I woke up to some text messages from a friend of mine, Martin. Martin sent me photos from his house 3 doors down.
Yeah.
The fire department showed up last night. A car caught fire in the in the driveway, fortunately. Oh. And he sent it to me. He's like, is this an EV? Is this a hybrid? Like, what's the car? It's it's actually here.
So hybrids, we believe, are going to be hot for a couple of reasons.
Well, hybrid prices are going to go up, and then hybrids might catch on fire.
Yes.